Right now we're frozen. Like I call it frozen in time. Like, I mean, we can't move. We can't breathe. Sometimes I can't even breathe.
Hey y'all, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button on the right hand corner, bottom right hand corner. I believe that's where it is. Give the video a thumbs up so it reaches out in the algorithm, so it reaches more people, and share the video. So let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about the cold case of Dylan Gill. Now, someone made a comment the other day. They're like, why are you talking about these videos? They're already cold cases. If the police can't solve them, why do you think you talking about them is going to solve them? I don't know. I wish I'd taken a screenshot of that message. They end up deleting it afterwards, but I wish I'd taken a screenshot. But I put myself in the family's shoe. I can never 100% be there and, feel what they're feeling. But if it was your family member, wouldn't you want it to be talked about? Wouldn't you want the case to be solved? And maybe just talking about it, it might help someone out there not go down the wrong path. I don't know, but, But anyways, let's get into the case. So 24-year-old Dylan Gill was born on October 8th, 1992. Today would have been his birthday. I just realized that, today is October 8th. Today would have been his birthday. But yeah, he was born on October 8th, 1992. His parents' names are Barbara Gill and Shabby Koshaba. So on January 22nd, 2017, Dylan and two of his friends, two female friends, decided to go to Cameo Lounge. And I have my notes here, so if you see me looking back and forth, I have my notes here to remind me of certain points. So they attended the club, and that night, there was a Toronto rapper there by the name of Robin Banks that was filming a music video. So majority of the people there that night, they were either taking part in the video or they were just there to watch. And Dylan and his friends were there for maybe 30 minutes max. And Dylan got into an altercation with two other males. And whether or not he knew them prior to this, I'm not 100% sure. Detectives don't know. But whatever vibe he got from that, he decided to leave. It wasn't a physical altercation from what police could tell from the video surveillance, but they could definitely see by body language something was going on. And Dylan decided to leave, which was the responsible thing to do. There was a bad vibe. They went there to party and, it was a bad vibe. So he decided to do the responsible thing and leave out of that environment. So they left and they were traveling southbound on Islington Avenue, and a dark colored sedan pulled up, driving next to them. Both of the cars were still in motion, still moving, and they started to shoot at the car. Dylan was sitting in the back seat. The two friends were in the front, the driver and the passenger. Dylan was the only one that got hit.
Gill's son was gunned down in a drive-by shooting on Islington Avenue near Milady Road in the early morning hours of January 23, 2017. He was a passenger in a vehicle that had just left Cameo Lounge, where police say he'd had an argument with several men.
But that could have went so much worse because bullets have no eyes, okay? They have no eyes. But Dylan was the only one that was hit. Police were called, ambulance took Dylan to hospital, and unfortunately, he did not survive. A few months later, in May of 2017, police revealed surveillance pictures of the two suspects that they wanted to question. But nobody was arrested. No one came. Well, I don't know if anyone came forward. Police hasn't revealed that, but they haven't been able to arrest anyone. And no one there's no motives as to why. Was it these two suspects that he got into an argument with? Are these the perpetrators? Or was this a random attack? I don't think it's random. I definitely do not think it's random. And a few months later, Robin Banks, the rapper that was there that night, he was shot up at the same club, Cameo Lounge, a few months later. But he survived, but now he's in a wheelchair. He can no longer walk. But those two people that shot at him, they were arrested. And I believe they were given, one was given a life sentence and the other one was only given 16 years, which in Canada, there's no such thing as a life sentence. It's just written on paper to sound good. He will get out after maybe 15, 25 years or whatever. I'm not sure what his guidelines are, but it's usually after 25 years or whatever, you can be eligible for parole and apply for it. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it at that time, but you're not going to be in jail for life. That much I know. That's just the way the system works, unfortunately. You know, so Dylan was the only child for his mother. You know, he was her only son. And for him to die in such a violent act over something that could have been so petty, you know, and no one has ever come forward. Like I said, today would have been his birthday.
To you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Dylan, happy birthday to you. Okay, woo! So you're gonna blow the candle? Do it again. Do it again. Harder. Harder. One more time. Harder, baby, harder. Booney, you're trying. Yay! Good job.
And unfortunately, he's not. Every year, his mother and family members go to his grave and, you know, take a cake for him and sing happy birthday.
Barbara, just tell me what you're feeling today.
Sad, a lot of pain, but it's something that I have to do. Every year I made a promise, like I'm not gonna miss out on having his birthday. I don't care what anybody has to say or think about it, but this is me. This is the way I want it. You know, so every year we get a cake, we go to the cemetery. Before the COVID-19, a lot of people would come, and his friends would come in the family, and we would celebrate it. But you know, due to the fact that we have the COVID, not a lot of people can come now. But we carry on with it. And then after the cemetery, we come home and we have a little dinner and cut the cake, and that's it. And just reminisce, you know, some things that he might have said that, you know, you want to laugh about or joke about. And that's how we spend it.
Well, Nathan and Zarada, today should have been a day of celebration, but it's become a day of heartache as the family of Dylan Gill is looking for answers because he was shot and killed not far from where I'm standing. Carrying a birthday cake to her son at the place where he is buried, a mother is suffering.
So painful. You can't really describe it. You can only feel it.
Dylan Gill would have been 28 years old today. His family shedding tears beside his grave. This is the fourth time that they've done this, and still they're without justice.
I know that somebody knows something about it. We're just begging them to come forward.
Even if it's anonymous, even if it's something that they might think is minute or not important, just to let us know, and maybe it may make a difference.
It was January 23rd, 2017. Gill was the passenger in this vehicle that had just left Cameo Lounge and was the target of a drive-by shooting near Islington and Milady. Police released an image of two persons of interest, but so far, no arrests.
As a mother, my job was to protect my son, and I feel in my heart that I didn't do that.
Barbara Gill says that she refuses to break down because of a promise she made to Dylan.
The day that we had the funeral, I had promised my son, I whispered in his ear that I will find them and I will get justice for him. So I have to live up to that promise. Happy birthday, dear Dylan.
So instead, they sing a birthday wish to a son they cannot embrace.
It's so hard. It's so hard. He was very innocent. He was a very good boy.
Hoping that someone comes forward wanting to take action.
But this is all we can do right now.
And maybe give a family the answers they deserve. And Barbara Gill was praising the efforts of police, but fears this is as far as the police can go without getting some credible information from people who know something.
I'm having anxiety coming up to the day of his birthday. It's just, I can't control it. It just happens.
Tell me about what you were saying yesterday about how this day makes you relive what happened.
Definitely. It's the flashes that always, they don't stop. Like every single time what happens is I see flashes of, you know, the day of what happened. And then the day of the funeral itself. And I can't stop looking, like when I'm kissing him and looking at him. And in my mind, I'm thinking that he's just sleeping. Or I'm playing in my mind that, oh, it's just they're just doing it, just, you know, maybe they have to protect him or something happened, you know. These are weird things that go on my mind. It's just, those flashes are the ones that keep me down all the time.
She would prefer to do that with her son alive, in person, not taking a birthday cake to a grave. And unfortunately, these things just keep on happening. Every day you hear, oh, someone was shot, someone was shot. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better. So I don't know. Have you ever heard about this case? Share the video so that it gets out there, you know, but it's sad. And I didn't even realize that today was October 8th. Recording this was just a spur of the moment thing. And I have reached out to his mom to see if it was okay to talk about this case. And she said it was okay. But yeah, that's all I have on this case.
Right now we're frozen. Like I call it frozen in time. Like, I mean, we can't move. We can't breathe. Sometimes I can't even breathe. Until we get closure.
It's very hard.
Like, I'm on the edge. I haven't mourned. I haven't cried. And this is the first time actually I'm going to break down. Then I go into the stage that, oh, he's not dead. He's gone to Cuba. He's there. He's going to come soon. And this is how I live my life,
It's
right?
very hard to wake up every day and realize that he's not there.
My sister decided to make it special for me, like in a special frame, and she put the roses.
Gill had these t-shirts made for her son's funeral. Now she's placed an order for a new batch, which family and friends will wear this Monday to plead for the public's help.
We just need people to tell us what happened.
For sure, there's people who
Yeah.
know what happened.
And Gill's parents say they deserve to know what happened to their son as well.
But these guns, the violence that's happening, something has to be done. I don't wish even my worst enemy the pain that we're going through right now. I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Gill says she won't rest until she gets justice for her son.
Yeah.
Gill's family is urging anyone who was at Cameo Lounge in Woodbridge the night of January 22nd, 2017, or who was in the area of Islington Avenue and Milady Road in the early morning hours of January 23rd, 2017, to contact police or Crime Stoppers. They say no bit of information is too small.